Welcome. This is Bob McCaffery-Lent, pastoral assistant at St. Joseph, and with another music ministry profile. And today we have Pat Shanahan. And Pat is one of the real veterans in our choir. She's been there longer than I have. And she's a soprano and a cantor. And so welcome, Pat.
Thanks, Bob. It's nice to be with you.
Good to be with you too. So with everybody, I've just kind of begun these by just asking to share a bit of your journey. How did you first fall in love with music? And, tell us about that journey that ends up with sharing that gift of music at St. Joseph.
Well, actually, it was church music that made me fall in love with music. At first, I think I had a good Vatican II upbringing from my parents, of course, but also from from two Irish nuns who did our CCD classes, Sister Brendan and Sister Bernadette, who had come all the way from Ireland to this little town in Eastern Oregon to make sure that the Catholic kids got their education, because we didn't have a Catholic school in our town. So this was our exposure to Catholic education. And they were great at teaching us all the new Vatican II songs when we were elementary school kids. And then when I got into junior high, there was an older girl who played guitar at Mass. And she must have been in high school, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I definitely wanted to be just like her. So I taught myself how to play the guitar, which my proficiency is represented in the fact that I taught myself how to play the guitar with a book because there was no video training.
Hi, Teo.
Okay, that
Must
was
be the mailman.
that was the postwoman, a lovely Asian woman who is not harmful at all, but Teo. But we got through it. That was pretty good. So, sorry, you'll have
Carry
to
on.
edit that out.
Thank you for the shout out for the nuns.
Yeah. Oh, of course. No, the nuns are really important to me. So I began playing guitar at Mass with the choir. Unlike many parishes, we didn't have a big guitar group. I was the only guitarist. There was guitar, piano, and violin in our choir. It was quite a lovely group, and that's really how I got started singing and got started singing at Mass. And now it's kind of the way that I'm used to attending Mass. So.
Do you have a favorite of those early Vatican II songs?
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna test my memory now. Um, I don't know if they're favorites, but what comes to mind is "They'll Know We're Christians by Our Love,"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I'm thinking about kind of all the pre-Vatican II songs now, actually. That
Indeed,
you brought that
indeed.
up.
Yeah. Well,
So
that was actually the school theme song, They'll Know We Are Christians, a couple of years ago
yeah.
at St. Joseph. Yeah. Okay. And uh, so in addition to guitar, now when did you start focusing on your voice and singing and becoming a soprano?
Well, I also played the flute in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and in high school I joined the choir, and that's when I really started singing as a choral singer and began to
Mm-hmm.
work more on my voice. And then I went to college and actually thought I would be a music major, and in my first year of college was a music major, um, but then I ended up switching to an English degree, but I sang also all through college with the choirs in college. So,
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite thing about singing in a choir, singing with other people?
oh well, probably the thing that we're all missing the most now. Um, it's actually that there's an energy that's created when you're in the same room with people and singing that you just can't replicate anyplace else. You feel a vibration, um, and and especially when you're perfectly in tune or making really, really good music together,
Hmm.
um, it really becomes very transcendent at that point.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm. Hmm. And then, when did you move into the role of being a song leader, or what we call in the Catholic Church a cantor?
I think I joined the choir at St. Joe's in 1993, um, soon after my husband and I were married in the parish in 92. And I think I became a cantor 3 or 4 years after that.
Hmm.
Um, and I'd mostly been a choral singer and hadn't done a lot of solo work, so it was a good stretch, um, a good learning experience for me to sing by myself, and also to learn how to lead people in song, uh, which is so different than singing as in a solo performance.
Hmm.
Um, so that's how I got started.
Yeah. What do you love most about being in that role of being a cantor and leading the whole assembly of people in song? What's that like for you?
Um, well, I think for me it means um, I have to prepare and be more familiar with the actual readings and what's going on in the mass, so it deepens that experience for me. Um, but actually leading people is I feel closer to God.
Hmm. Hmm. Now you sing with other groups as well, right?
So yes, I sing in another group, the Seattle Choral Company, which is it's gone through a number of different configurations. It's been a large symphonic choir with its own orchestra. It's also been a smaller group that does more a cappella work. So it does a wide variety of choral repertoire from early music all the way through to modern choral
Hmm.
masters.
Hmm. Do you have a favorite kind of repertoire to sing?
I like early music a lot, um, but I also really like the more modern composers now that are coming out. There's some really beautiful choral music that's being created now. I think there's a really a renaissance. Luckily, there have been composers who have chosen to dedicate their entire lives to choral music now. Um, and it used to be that many good composers were writing for instrumentalists mostly.
Hmm.
And and so it's great to see this resurgence of um, I guess in earlier music, the church was always the patron, right? For
Hmm.
the church or the
Yeah.
king was the patron for music, and that's how we have so much great classical, religious music.
Hmm.
Um, but it's great to see, even in the secular world now, that there's such great choral works that are modern. So,
Do you have a favorite hymn or church song
I
that
don't
always
know.
gets you?
When you ask me that question, it's like I think I would go to the classics like Ubi Caritas, the Duraflay, or Ubi Caritas, or the um, Ave Verum. Um, those really beautiful classic works that I've been singing, ever since I was a high school student.
Hmm. Yeah. The singer that I asked the other day the same question, his first response was Ubi Caritas,
Yeah,
Duraflame,
yeah,
which is probably my favorite piece as well. Well,
yeah.
Pat,
There's a
thank you so
reason.
much. Yeah. Yes, indeed, indeed.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today and letting us in a little bit on your story. And thanks for
thanks.
sharing your gift of music at St. Joe's.
Thanks. It's my real pleasure. So,
Thank you. I hope we can get to do it again soon.
me too.
Bye bye.
Bye.